Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't need to, and today we are talking about SoFi Technologies SOFI stock, Palantir Technologies PLTR stock, and Tesla regarding their TSLA stock. We'll begin by analyzing an article titled SoFi Technologies Student Loans Return is a Turning Point. So this is going to be a very positive news update pertaining to their price targets and future projections for this company, considering that they are on a verge of a very positive catalyst. After that, we'll move on and talk about Palantir Technologies on how they recently surged by over 100% this month by landing 3 critical deals, to where the most recent one is where they just announced a multi-year partnership with Panasonic. So this is going to be a very lucrative update for Palantir Technologies. We'll be going over their latest news updates, catalysts, price targets, and we will also compare and contrast Palantir Technologies to Nvidia to determine which of these companies are a better artificial intelligence play and which company you should invest your money into if you want to make the most of this AI hype. After that, we'll talk more about artificial intelligence and machine learning by diving into the price targets and price predictions concerning Palantir Technologies. So we'll be comparing and contrasting their low-end price targets, their high-end price targets, their future projections, as well as their fair value. And of course, I'll add my own opinion on my strategy for this overall company and what I plan to do with it. Lastly, we'll talk about how Volvo has unveiled their affordable EX30 electric vehicle, which is an SUV, to compete with Tesla. We'll be discussing Tesla's response to this and how you could obtain a Tesla vehicle for as cheap as just $22,830 when combining federal tax credits and state incentives. And this is what's causing Tesla shares, specifically their TSLA stock price, to surge upwards by more than 4% as of right now. And as the general stock market starts to catch on to this amazing news and this positive catalyst, we could see Tesla stock and Tesla shares go even higher. So for more videos just like this one, don't forget to go and annihilate that like button right now. Go ahead, press it right now because it helps me out a ton, especially if you want to see more videos on SoFi Technologies, Palantir Technologies, and Tesla stock. Comment your thoughts down below for your price targets regarding SoFi, Palantir, and Tesla. Subscribe for more videos just like this one, and if you want to know what companies I personally am buying and adding to my portfolio, don't forget to become a member for as little as 99 cents because that's what keeps me here on YouTube, and plus it gives you a lot of value and benefit so you know what I'm doing with my personal portfolio. But now I say let's jump right into today's stories. SoFi Technologies, if you didn't already know, is a fintech company or a financial technology company that operates as a digital bank, and this author has recently upgraded his overall price rating and his price sentiment regarding SoFi Technologies. Currently, SoFi's SOFI stock or SoFi stock trades for $7.74. On the low end, we have analysts who are very bearish, saying that this company could fall as low as $2.50 over the next 12 months, while also we have to compare that and contrast that with more positive bullish analysts who believe this company is at minimum worth $10 over the next year. I personally think with the resumption of student loan payments after the student loan moratorium ends, this is going to act as a positive catalyst, igniting the overall share price. We also have to remember that another positive news update is coming up regarding profitability, and this author believes the company could achieve profitability as early as Q3, even sooner than expected, because originally their forecast was at the end of 2023, but this author believes they could achieve it even sooner. However, he is advising that newer investors who don't already have an existing position in SoFi stock to wait after these catalysts, which will cause the overall share price to increase before an inevitable pullback, and I would have to agree with him on that. So right now, let's jump right into his article. He says that the United States is actually regaining their macroeconomic stability, and hopefully this is going to lead to a revitalization of the overall banking sector, which is going to heavily benefit SoFi Technologies and other financial companies. SoFi already has done an amazing job navigating obstacles and the volatility due to the company's resiliency and adaptability, and it's amazing how far SoFi has already come to where now they are on the verge of a long-term profitability, which is exactly what I said would happen when I originally started to report on this overall company, and many naysayers said I was wrong, but clearly the evidence speaks for itself. So profitability is on the horizon for this company. So how is this going to interact with their overall share price? Well, SoFi Technologies, as soon as the student loan moratorium ends, will be operating at full capacity. And the author believes this is going to allow them to reach profitability sooner than expected. However, I actually don't think so. I still think they will achieve profitability in the fourth quarter and not the third quarter, and here's why. I think these future projections for SoFi Technologies already anticipated an end to the student loan moratorium during the second half of 2023, meaning that once it inevitably ends, we can't double count this to say that they are going to become profitable even sooner. I think those were already taken into consideration when management and analysts projected out the future of this overall company, meaning that profitability will be achieved in quarter four, in my opinion. However, whether I'm right or wrong, we are going to benefit either way. It doesn't really matter when they become profitable, whether it be quarter three or quarter four. Either way, profitability is on this company's purview, which is going to increase their overall share price. The author expects the market to react very similarly to how Palantir Technologies and their PLTR stock reacted after they became profitable in quarter four of 2022. Palantir since then is up over 100% since becoming profitable, and he believes SoFi Technologies could achieve that same investor hype. Now, if his theory is correct, SoFi, once they achieve profitability, their share price could surge up over $10 to $12, which is going to break them out of their sideways channel that they currently find themselves in. And for the investors who originally bought back when the company fell below $5, which is what my original recommendation was, you have had a great run up over the last few weeks, and I would put on your radar that you should most likely take profits before this company becomes extremely volatile in their share price. We do have approaching catalysts, meaning the company could go even higher in their share price, but eventually, once these catalysts blow over, after they have a pre-anticipatory run, it will cool back off. So if you are planning to trade the stock, go ahead and trade off of this catalyst momentum, but if you have not invested into the stock yet, you may want to wait for a pullback to invest over the long term. Now let's talk about Palantir Technologies regarding their new deal with Panasonic. Palantir Technologies is a big data and analytics company which serves both commercial enterprises as well as government clients. The stock is already up 3% today due to their new announcement regarding their partnership with Panasonic, specifically Panasonic Energy of North America. This is a multi-year partnership to where Panasonic Energy will use Palantir Technologies to deliver a smart factory for this battery maker. Based on the press release, Palantir's quote-unquote smart factory will guide operational decision-making for Panasonic in their existing Nevada factory, and they also anticipate to implement Palantir's technology in their Kansas facility starting in 2025. Palantir continues on their phenomenal rally to where the company is up more than 150% year-to-date in their overall PLTR stock price, which is exactly what I said would happen after the company became profitable. But beware, this will eventually pull back in their overall share price. So honestly, I am taking profits right now because it's only a matter of time before this company starts to lose their momentum. The reason why Palantir has built up such great momentum is due to four main reasons, and we've talked about all of these reasons before. The first reason was their special ops contract worth $463 million. Next, their foundry platform for manufacturing was listed on Amazon Web Services, and then thirdly, they just landed this deal with Panasonic, and then lastly, you have the artificial intelligence and machine learning craze, which is taking over the entire stock market, sending Palantir stock completely vertical. So clearly investors are optimistic about this overall company. I myself like Palantir Technologies. I have around a 3% allocation and exposure to this company, while I have a 4% allocation to SoFi Technologies. But let's see how Palantir can compare to another artificial intelligence giant such as Nvidia, which currently trades for $375. Very bullish analysts believe this company could still increase in their overall share price over the next 12 months to $644, while more bearish analysts believe the company could fall to around $244. But what happens when we compare these two artificial intelligence giants to one another? Well, the good thing is they are not in competition with one another, and clearly you can own both stocks. However, Palantir seems to look cheap and undervalued compared to Nvidia. Analysts really tend to like Nvidia, but Palantir Technologies not so much. Both Nvidia and Palantir Technologies have a huge amount of upside, but they do struggle in their overall valuations and stock-based compensation. Ever since the CEO of Nvidia announced spectacular quarter one earnings and predicted a $1 trillion market for artificial intelligence, the shares have absolutely been exploding. Obviously, Nvidia is going to make money on chips that they sell concerning their GPUs, also known as has graphics processing units, chips, and arrays, compared to Palantir Technologies, which will make its money based off of software which use Nvidia chips. So again, these companies are complementary to one another, and you can clearly hold both in your portfolio. When we look to analysts and professionals, as well as experts in this overall field, there is an overwhelming majority that says to buy Nvidia even at current prices. 55 professionals say to buy the company, while 14 say to sell, and that is regarding Nvidia stock. However, when we look at Palantir, on the other hand, they only have 11 buys and 10 sells. So clearly Palantir has a lot less love than Nvidia, which does make sense because Nvidia is a large cap company and it is a blue chip after all. So when investors are looking to invest into artificial intelligence companies, both of these companies should be on your radar. However, for me personally, I am watching these companies climb higher in their overall share price, and because of this, I am periodically taking profits along the way because I know a pullback eventually is inevitable. Now, I don't know when that is going to be, but I'm playing it very safe and conservative. So here are my thoughts. If you have a shorter term time frame for an investment, you probably would be better off in Nvidia Corporation stock, considering that it's an overwhelming buying opportunity right now. While on the other hand, if you want a very good long-term holding opportunity, which does have lower growth projections, then Palantir Technologies could be the company for you if you plan to hold the company over the next decade, because it is going to take a while for Palantir's revenues and their overall earnings to catch up to their current stock price and market capitalization, which is what we will talk about right now. Palantir Technologies is overvalued compared to what experts say the company is actually worth. After Palantir Technologies recently broke above the $15 mark, this author had to update his overall thesis. Right now, PLTR stock trades at $14.69, while the high-end analysts believe the company should be trading at $15, and the lower-tier analysts believe the company should be trading at $5 per share. Overall, this author believes the company should be trading at around $11 per share, meaning that he believes the company will pull back in their overall share price. For me, I am even more conservative than that. When we look at Palantir's overall accounting ratios, on a fair value basis, I think the company is worth between $8 to $9, which is substantially less than the current $15 price target that analysts have. Again, if the company drops below $9, I'm going to be buying the company because I believe that is its fair value price based off of its future growth potential. But for a company that's growing at around a 22% CAGR, I don't think that they could sustain a market cap or a stock price of $15 per share. It makes the company way too overvalued in my opinion, concerning how this impacts their overall market valuation. Now, again, like we just talked about, the company can definitely still continue to rise upward in their overall share price, but please remember to take profits on the way up so you practice proper risk management, because a pullback is inevitable. And again, I have that $9 fair value estimate, but always make sure to do your own research. Now let's talk about Tesla's TSLA shares regarding their competition with Volvo, which recently unveiled their affordable EX30 electric vehicle. Tesla's TSLA shares trade for $224 per share, while very bullish analysts believe the company could achieve a $280 price target over the next 12 months, and more bearish negative analysts believe this company is worth $180. For me myself, if you know my videos, I think this company should surge at least to $250 over the next 12 months. However, that's just me personally. So let's see how their competition is heating up right now. Volvo recently launched their EX30 fully electric small SUV, and this vehicle comes in two battery options with a starting price of around $38,500, which is a lot cheaper than Tesla's overall vehicles. Tesla has had several price cuts to keep up with the ever-expanding competition in the electric vehicle market. However, is this enough? Look at Volvo, look at the simplistic design of the interior, and I do think this car looks quite good overall. Volvo aims for half of their sales volumes to be electric vehicles by 2025 and to sell only electric vehicles by 2030, even increasing the competition between them and Tesla. This vehicle does come with two different battery options. The first battery option has a range of 213 miles, while the other one has a range of 300 miles. However, this is going to be a more expensive version, to where this model could cost $55,000. But fret not, because Tesla has already fired back, considering that they are still a market leader, and I anticipate they will remain a market leader, which is why I am a heavy investor into Tesla. Breaking news and another one of my predictions coming through. Tesla's coming out with a vehicle that can sell for around $25,000, and it's going to be their Model 3 rear-wheel drive, which can be had for as little as $22,830 when combining federal and state incentives, and of course these are referring to tax cuts. Tesla is a huge electric vehicle company that is not only an electric vehicle company because they also specialize in energy storage as well as energy generation. Investors grow even more bullish as time goes on, and I don't blame them because Tesla is going to be a behemoth, and eventually, listen to me very closely, I believe Tesla will become one of the most valuable companies we have ever seen in the history of the world. I do believe eventually they will become the #1 most valued company, and I think they could do this over the next 2 decades. Tesla's Model 3 sedan now qualifies for the full federal electric vehicle tax credits, to where Tesla has even announced on their website that all versions of the Model 3 sedan now qualify for this tax credit. This is clearly benefiting the overall TSLA share price and Tesla stock in general, but it doesn't end there. Even with the federal tax cut, we can see the Model 3 would still be worth around $32,740, which is honestly leagues cheaper than a lot of other electric vehicles on the market right now. Although this is much cheaper than what it was originally priced at, it's still pretty hefty. However, some states offer $2,000, such as New York. On top of the federal credit, they also have a state credit, which the Model 3 qualifies. But when we jump over to California, this state gives an even bigger incentive of another $7,500 tax rebate. And once we combined the federal discount as well as the state discount, you could get a Model 3 down in California for as little as $25,240, or approximately around $25,000, which is exactly what I predicted in a previous video. And the best part, as time goes on and competition increases, we could see the overall MSRP, or starting price, of these vehicles go even lower. So overall, this is a super positive news update for Tesla stock and Tesla investors and shareholders. And overall, I would just say today is a very positive news day overall for SoFi Technologies and their SoFi stock, Palantir Technologies and their PLTR stock, as well as Tesla and their TSLA stock. With that being said, I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Don't forget to go and annihilate that like button, especially if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Don't forget to comment your thoughts down below. Become a member because it helps me out a ton, especially if you want more videos like this one. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.